Lance Corporal James Blake Miller came by and sat down against the wall very near me and lit up a cigarette, and I just raised my camera and took a few shots. I saw that look in Blake's face, and like I said, I know that that was the same look on my face. And right about that moment, the sun rose over the lip of the roof, and he looked at it, and I looked at it, and he later told me that he was wondering whether he would see another sunrise. I think simply the difference between me and Blake is I never had to kill another human being. I believe that's what he's fighting with. He looked through the scope a lot. He pulled the trigger, and I think that he just saw a lot of carnage, a lot of body parts exploding. And I can see where that would come back and haunt you in your dreams. I just looked at Blake, and I looked at him, and I thought, he looks really, really depressed. He told me that he had seriously contemplated suicide that night. And I realized that I could not leave. I couldn't really bail on him. And I don't know, I just started thinking about Iraq and what we'd been through, and how really lonely that was to be, like, so close to death, and everybody being so preoccupied with their own survival that there was this loneliness that just wrapped around you in the middle of combat. You were completely on your own. I looked at Blake, and I don't know what happened, but the words just came spilling out, and I said, "Hey Blake, if I'd gone down in Fallujah, would you have carried me out?" And he said, "Damn straight." And at that point, I said to him, "I think you're wounded pretty badly, and I want to help you." And at that point, I was thinking, oh man, I'm getting in way over my head now. I just sensed it was the right thing to do, so I went back to my hotel, packed up all my stuff. Blake came with me. He packed a little day bag, and the next thing I knew, we were driving up to Connecticut. And I thought everything was going to be okay, but, it didn't take very long. A few weeks later, he called me and said, "Hey, you might want to come back here." And I asked him why, and he said, "Well, I'm taking off. I'm leaving." And I was really disappointed, and I just felt that he was bailing out way too soon. He's done some horrible things, and he has to come to terms with that. So I hold out hope for him and try to be there for him whenever I can, but he has to take some steps. He has to take some steps, and he has to make up his own mind that he wants to live more than the life he's living at the moment.